Hey, what's going on, guys? ZKiwi here with another video from the PUBG series. I know we already went over the top 10 tips and tricks for beginners, but today we're going to be going over the top 10 advanced tips and tricks to teach you guys what to employ, just in case you guys weren't tracking already, as far as what to do to ultimately win the game. A lot of things people don't really realize, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so the first tip we're going over is stealth. So, as a lot of people do realize, the trademark footsteps in buildings or around you, aside from taking off your shoes, is pretty noticeable. So what you can do employ is hitting the control button while crouching, and it will kind of muffle your footsteps, so it's a lot harder for anybody to hear you, especially if they have a lot of chatter going on in their individual headsets. So if you hit control while you're walking up the stairs outside, it's even better outside because you don't even have footsteps on the wood. So then the second tip we're going to be going over is grenade cooking. So after this recent update, you can no longer hit the left mouse button to cook your grenade. So here I'm going to give you guys an example of that. So I can hold down the left mouse button until I'm blue in the face, but it's really not going to do you any good until you hit the R key. Once you hit the R key, you begin cooking the grenade, and then you can throw it as normal, as you'll see here. So make sure you guys do that. Alright, so the third tip is going to be returning grenades into your inventory. So contrary to popular belief, you can actually, even though you pull the pin off the grenade, you can return it in your inventory. What I do is I'll hit I to open up my inventory, and I'll swap guns using the scroll wheel, which we'll go over in a second, and then boom, you'll have your grenade and you're able to pull the pin all over again, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, so the fourth tip is for zone survival. So I know a lot of people get tunnel vision when they loot a lot of buildings and they'll forget where the circle is. If that happens, what you can do to mitigate the risk of dying immediately, you'll have a better chance of survival, is tapping the X key, which it puts the weapons on your back. You run a little bit faster, and then you press the plus or equals key to auto run. And then the fifth tip is for speed meds. Now, I know a lot of people open up their inventories and there's certain keybinds that they use, but default is 7 through 0 on your numpad. To use medical supplies, right? So 7 key is for med kits, the 8 key is for first aid, 9 key is for bandages, and 0 is for stimulants. So right here, I hit the 9 key and I'm using the first aid kit. And then the second here, you'll see me press the 0 key, or you won't see me, but I will press the 0 key to begin using painkillers. So for the sixth tip, we're going to be going over open doors. I know it may seem pretty obvious, but a lot of people don't realize kind of just what comes with open doors and what that could potentially indicate. So open doors here, obviously all doors on the map spawn closed. So if you see open doors, proceed with caution, clear rooms, as I'm doing here, coming around corners. And as you can see, somebody's riding a motorbike right through the middle of town, and there were eventually two full squads in addition to the person I saw on the motorbike here. Actually, this is a solo game, so there's 4 other people. Advanced tip 7, we're going to be going over fall damage. So starting on the second story, you will not receive, you'll begin to receive fall damage. Here, you'll see me kind of employ off the third story. I land on that little block, which kind of saves me. But here, the same height, there is no block for me to land on. Boom, I lost almost half my health. So just make sure you guys are aware of that. Tip 8 is going to be going over hot swapping. When I was going over the zone survival, I told you about the scroll wheel. That's going to be extremely important when you're employing this when you're in active combat. Here you'll see me kill somebody. I spent about 14 rounds. I immediately swapped to my shotgun using the scroll wheel. I scroll wheel down, up to go up, down to go down, obviously. So you don't really have to worry about reloading because a lot of people get killed during that. Tip 9 is going to be going over vehicles. So this is kind of encompassing a bunch of different things, but the first thing I'm going to go over is how to refuel a vehicle. Some people actually really don't know how to do this, but what you're going to do is you're just going to open up your inventory, right click on the fuel can, and boom, you refuel your vehicle. And then we're going to be going over, so space is default, it's the handbrake. That's going to be able to spin around so people can get in quicker. Now this one's very important. A lot of people use vehicles as a means of protection from people, but when you see this flame, that's when you need to get out of there, because as you can see, boom, one shot, the vehicle blows up. Now finally, we're going to be going over tip 10. Tip 10 is field cover. So when you're in the actual final zones of the match, a lot of people will try to use trees, rocks, things of that nature, which is what people come to expect. But when you lay down in tall grass, because grass renders in at 150 meters or less, people won't be able to see you, and they're not really going to be looking down, especially if you have a suppressed weapon. It just gives you the advantage over anybody, and ultimately enables you to get this winner chicken dinner, as you see here. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more future content, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks again.